Oh, don't do that. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? You can tell I didn't get those tail parts exactly symmetrical, did I? Okay. Precision control on. Throttle up to 100. I'm gonna hit launch, and I'm going to immediately pitch forward, trying to get this thing into a controllable attitude. There we go. Throttle back some. Maybe just over like 2/3 throttle. Okay. Now I'm just going to gradually... This airplane's got a whole bunch of joints between a whole bunch of parts, and it's large. Definitely want to kind of ease into the turn, ease into the climb as much as possible. I'm going to try and point this thing over here towards the east, and just maintain just a steady climb. It is fairly nose heavy. You have to keep on pitching up. If you try and fly the whole assembly around too long, as all that fuel moves towards the back, it eventually will reach a point where it is so tail heavy that it won't really be controllable anymore. Definitely want to try and launch, get rid of that orbiter before it reaches that point. This design, you can't really just cruise around Kerbin with it. I'm going to get up there. Okay, so my target altitude, I want to get this thing up to at least above 15,000 meters. You know, say 15 to 18 kilometers, somewhere around there. So let's get our climb here somewhere between like 30 and 40 degrees. And let's turn that SAS on so it'll hold this position. Look at that thing shimmy and shake. And just the procedure, once I get up to very close to where I want to launch, I will throttle up. I will turn RCS thrusters on, and I'll decouple and launch at the same time. So here we go, 12,000, up to 13,000, 14,000. At 15,000, I turn RCS on. It's 15,000. I'll throttle up, and here we go, launch. I can see it shimmied around a little bit. Let's turn that off for just a second. Another advantage of having those, putting those engines on the tail, up on the twin rudders like I had them, that was to, as soon as I decoupled the thing, that you saw that the mothership immediately pitched forward and got out of the way of my orbiter. Okay, let's try and get this thing closer actually onto the 90. We're already over 30,000. Let's check that map. Apoapsis is already out of the atmosphere. So we'll wait till it gets to about 100. And shut the engine down. Okay. Yeah, and there we go. There is our orbiter craft. It's out of the atmosphere. Well, it's not quite there. It's definitely getting there. It'll be up there towards a position, the standard, about 100 kilometers. That's a good standard, your initial orbit for you decide, rounding up your orbit. And we only used, say like 3/4 of that the smallest fuel tank on here. So that first stage, you kind of had to sacrifice that first stage. We'll just pretend that it had a pilot in there and he was able to control the thing and go back for a safe landing somewhere. But yeah, there's the design. It works. I turn that SAS off now. Okay, now I'm thinking probably at this point, I just want to take Trainer 3 here, and I want to fly it through a re-entry. I'm not doing the whole orbit. Again, I'm I'm assuming that if you're looking at these tutorials, you're already familiar with the basic game. You already know about controlling an orbit. You can see that I didn't quite stay exactly on that 90-degree line, did I? But that's okay. Yeah, I just want to go through the re-entry here. Actually, I'm going to thrust backwards. I'm going to try and see if I can re-enter over land. Actually, coming to think of it, whenever I re-enter, just naturally, it's the path steepens up anyway. Let's do some time compression. Let's leave it where it is. Let's see how far close to the ground I come. Already on our way down. This craft being nose heavy as it is, that actually helps with its stability for re-entry, as it wants to point the nose down. I'm still going to cheat just for the since I'm not using a joystick, don't have as fine control. I'm going to use my SAS to control the attitude through re-entry, though. Let's turn my RCS thrusters back on. Let's get the wings level and turn SAS on. Okay, approaching 30 kilometers. We'll start to run into some thicker air real quick here. Yeah, I'm going out to sea a little bit anyways. I should have retro-thrusted a little bit if I wanted to get in here closer to land. I need more practice on aiming my deorbits like this. Okay, that 18 to 15 kilometers, right then, if you do this without using the SAS. It is certainly possible, but that's where it becomes difficult. You really hit some turbulence. The aircraft wants to tumble. I'm going to turn my RCS off. Low enough, we don't need that anymore. And once I get below 8 kilometers, I'm going to turn my SAS off. Let's take back some manual control. Throttle up some. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of hills over here. Let's find a good place to land, huh? And maybe that looks like... Whoa, see, I started to pitch back just a little bit too much, and the airplane started to get out of control for just a second. Okay. More throttle. Yeah, I think I see where I want to land. Some of that ground straight ahead. You know what I'm doing on the keyboard with this one? Just kind of very rapidly pushing the pitch back. I'm not really tapping the button so much as I am just kind of pulsing on it. Kind of like you're playing the video games where the faster you tap it, the faster your character runs. I'm just kind of rapid fire pulsing away on that button. Well, actually, this land over here, that looks like a larger, smooth... It looks larger and flatter than I originally thought. I bet you I can come over here and land. Throttle back some. Land with the sun in our eyes. It'll be a very picturesque, I think. So I can see the hills go slightly up and down, but it's pretty flat. We'll see if it works. All right. Whoa. Careful, easy, easy. Kill that throttle. And I'd want to get this at the I don't want to be moving any faster than say 40 meters per second. If I can get it down to say 30, that would be ideal. So already we're down to 45. Okay, there's 40 meters per second. And we're wanting to balloon along. Not wanting to land too much. There we go. Yeah, see that landing gear shaking. It bouncing up and down on the rougher ground. Okay, mission accomplished. Yep, I'm happy with that. That was a good mission. I've enjoyed doing these tutorials. This is the last one that I'm going to do. This one kind of putting together all the lessons from previous tutorials into, true spaceplane, mothership, and spaceplane design. And it works. It goes in orbit, even though we didn't do a full orbit here. It re-enters, it lands. You can still do the vertical stuff here if you wanted to. Set her back down. Boom. Hey, nothing blew up this time. Well, except the mothership, but that one doesn't really count. So, thank you very much. I want to especially thank C7 Studios, Cloud 7 Studios, for making these modded parts, for giving us the ability to have space planes in this game before the planes are officially added by the game developers. Thank you for watching. I hope somebody enjoyed it. I hope somebody learned something. And really the best goal would be somebody that was having trouble with airplanes before that, or maybe they were scared to even try it. Maybe you see this and you go and put some airplanes together, have some fun flying them around. That's the ideal. That's the goal we're working for. So I will talk to you again later, probably in continuation of the regular Kerbal Space Program series. Thank you very much. Goodbye.